It's my musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime unfolded, don't take law in your hand or the right authority, that they can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human target, I mean you judge it. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must contemplate. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all our own. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all our own.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, the stopping ground for all of us. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping ground and make it peace for them before. Don't stop on Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, the stopping ground for all of us.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumped until the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athletes and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Is when you want some more provide, so we start to stop. Come on, so going to 24, put it to each chicken.
Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the midweek edition of the program from the Spring News. Today is February 25, and the year is 2026. It's good to be here this morning. My name is Wendell Nimna, and with me is Esther Daku. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell, and good morning to the good people of Liberia. It's good to be here on a Wednesday for the midweek edition of the Pre News. I'm glad that I'm here.
All right. So again, let's remember all of you celebrating that special occasion today. If today is your birthday, your wedding anniversary, or whatever the occasion is, we want to say congratulations. And those of you that will be bidding farewell to the University of Liberia, I want to say congratulations to all of you for a job well done. All right, this morning, Esther and I in our studio, we have the hard copies of the Inquirer newspaper and the Front Page Africa newspaper. And before me is the Front Page Africa newspaper. But again, to our sponsors, Cram Stopper Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, we say a big thank you for, being a part. So these are the top stories. Hold malice towards no one. Former NRC Executive Director Wisner II welcomes court dismissal of corruption case. And another top story says legal battle deepens. Criminal Code A orders Cloud Hope Foundation to produce document appeals filed to Supreme Court. And lastly, for top stories, very exorbitant. House leadership cites UL authorities over huge graduation fees. Those are the top stories. Health Minister's intervention restores calm at Phoebe Hospital, but suspensions, key administrative decisions remain unresolved. Strike suspended. We want the government and the board it says we want the government and the board to understand that our protest was never about disrupting healthcare, but about improving the system and protecting the integrity of this institution. So we appeal for compassion and reconsideration of these suspensions in the spirit of reconciliation. An aggrieved health worker. We decided to listen to the minister because she came to us in good faith and admitted that our concerns were legitimate. But suspending our colleagues while we are choosing peace sends a painful and discouraging message to all of us. Second, aggrieved health worker. They spoke on condition of anonymity. So let's run through some lines from that story. Very interesting. Let's see what we have there. Very, very interesting story. Well, let's run a few lines from there. Okay, it says the recent wave of protests at Phoebe Hospital in Bond County appears to be temporarily over following a tense demonstration on Tuesday, February 24, and the direct intervention of the Minister of Health, Louis Poto. After days of uncertainty marked by a go-slow action and rising tension among staff, aggrieved health workers agreed to abandon their strike and return to normal duties in what many describe as a show of respect for the minister and confidence in her promise to review their concerns. Despite the apparent calm of the hospital compound, significant issues remain unresolved, particularly the suspension of 7 health workers by the Civil Service Agency and the pending decision regarding the transfer of 3 senior administrators. On Tuesday, Minister Poto held a direct dialogue with the aggrieved workers, during which she acknowledged that the employees' 12-count resolution contained legitimate concerns that deserve attention. Addressing one of the central demands, which calls for the transfer of the medical director, the human resource manager, and the hospital's administrator, the minister assured workers that the Ministry of Health would take a decision within 1 week. The Ministry of Health does not dismiss people, it only transfers people, the minister told the gathering in a firm but measured tone. as she urged staff to remain calm and allow due process to take its course. A statement appeared to ease tensions among workers who had earlier stage protest actions that disrupted normal operations at the hospital. However, while the minister was staying engaging the health workers in Bond County, an announcement made in Monrovia introduced a new layer of controversy. During the Tuesday press briefing of the Ministry of Information, Deputy Minister Daniel Osando disclosed that the Civil Service Agency had suspended seven aggrieved workers of Phoebe Hospital for 1 month without pay, pending investigation. According to the ministry, the decision followed a Monday meeting convened by CSA Director General Joka, who expressed disappointment in the protest action undertaken by the workers, most of whom are civil servants employed by the government of Liberia. The CSA described the protest as a violation of the civil service standing orders and characterized some of the actions as behavior unbecoming of public servants. The suspended employees reportedly include the head of the Phoebe Hospital Workers Association and several staff members from different departments within the hospital. The agency further alleged that some of the accused individuals obstructed access to the hospital and prevented colleagues from reporting to duty. Why one worker was accused of escorting journalists why journalists through hospital wards during a live broadcast, thereby exposing patients to public view. Well, we'll leave it right there and take our last story on the front page Africa newspaper. It says here Senate push to amend LACC Act and penal code sparks backlash. And critics warn it is bad for good governance. The government's focus is not directed at any specific person. Rather, it is aimed at addressing matters related to the statute of limitations in line with existing legal provisions and constitutional requirements. Daniel Sano, Deputy Minister of Public Affairs, Ministry of Information, Republic of Liberia, a public official, employee, or any person who engages in any activity, occupation, profession, illicit enrichment, corruption, acts of corruption, or calling does not have the privilege to refuse to disclose any matter, especially illicit enrichment or corruption, acts of corruption which the statutes or regulations governing the office, activity, occupation, or calling require him or her to record or report or disclose concerning it. This violates Section 21H of our Constitution. That's except from draft amended anti-corruption bill. And continuation, it says the so-called amended. Let's just get to the story quickly because of time. We will get to the story. It says a move by members of the National Legislature to amend the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission Act and provisions of the Penal Code has triggered sharp political and legal debate, with critics warning that the proposed changes could undermine constitutional protections and weaken good governance. At the center of the controversy is a draft amendment to Liberia's anti-corruption framework, including proposed revisions to Title II of the Criminal Procedure Law relating to statute of limitations and disclosure obligations. Contested provisions. An excerpt from the draft amended anti-corruption bill states, a public official employee, or any person who engages in any activity, occupation, profession, illicit enrichment, corruption, acts of corruption, or calling does not have the privilege to refuse to disclose any matter, especially illicit enrichment or corruption, acts of corruption which the statutes of regulations governing the office, activity, corruption, or it says activity, occupation, or calling require him or her to record or report or disclose concerning it. This violates Section 21H of our Constitution. Section 21H of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia guarantees protection against self-incrimination, stating that no person shall be compelled to furnish evidence against themselves. Excerpt: no person shall be held to answer for a capital or infamous crime except in cases of impeachment, cases arising in the armed forces, and petty offenses, unless upon indictment by grand jury, and in all such cases, the accused shall have the right to a speedy, public, and impartial trial by a jury of the vicinity, unless such person shall, with appropriate understanding, expressly waive the right to a jury trial. It added, in all criminal cases, the accused shall have the right to be represented by counsel of his choice, to confront witnesses against him, and to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor. He shall not be compelled to furnish evidence against himself, and he shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is proved beyond a reasonable doubt. No person shall be subject to double jeopardy. Legal analysts argue that the language of the proposed amendment raises constitutional concerns, particularly regarding due process and the right against self-incrimination. The draft legislation titled An Act to Amend Title II Criminal Procedure Law, Liberia Codes of Law revised to redefine the burden of proof and statute of limitation for corruption, acts of corruption, and illicit enrichment, seeks to amend Chapter 4, Time Limitation, and Chapter 21, Evidence of the Existing Law. No time limit for prosecution. One of the most significant provisions of the proposed amendment is found in Section 4.4, which would allow prosecution for misconduct in office, including corruption and illicit enrichment, to be initiated at any time. Under the draft, such cases may be commenced while the accused is still in public office. After leaving public office or at any time thereafter, the proposed language effectively removes any statute of limitations for corruption-related offenses involving public officials. Additionally, Section 4.8d provides that where a public official fails to declare assets, income, and liabilities as required under the Code of Conduct or the law establishing the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, prosecution may begin at any time following the discovery of evidence. Political backlash. The proposed amendments have drawn strong criticism from the opposition Coalition for Democratic Change. Jefferson Tamakoji, Secretary General of the CDC, described the bill as dangerous and politically motivated. The so-called amendment to Title II of the Criminal Procedure Law is a criminal and dangerous instrument surreptitiously submitted under the cover of darkness to our national legislature, Koji said, under the deceptive banner of anti corruption reform. This bill tears down the very walls that protect citizens from political prosecution. He further argued that the bill seeks to remove meaningful limitation periods and weaken safeguards against self incrimination. It creates a weapon of convenience in the hands of those who fear the verdict of the Liberian people, he added. He alleged that it is a calculated move by the Bwaka and Kone regime to manipulate the law and frame and indict former President George M. Weah of the opposition Coalition for Democratic Change, thereby blocking his participation in the 2029 general and presidential elections. Government response. The government, however, has dismissed claims that the amendments are politically targeted. Well, Esther, let me leave the story right there and then send controls to you because of time. Esther?
Yes, and I have
What
the
happened?
Inquirer. I'm looking at something here from Martin, but it's okay. Let's look at the Inquirer newspaper. It says Liberia launches deal marking diplomacy in Brussels. It is right here this morning, and we want to take some lines. Liberia has covered a groundbreaking economic diplomacy forum in Brussels, uniting business titans from across the European Union for a decisive push towards partnership, signaling a dramatic shift in its economic strategy. And the forum, spearheaded by Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti, promised to reshape Liberia's economic landscape, creating jobs, stimulating growth, and propelling the nation towards unprecedented prosperity. The Liberian delegation boasts a formidable area of expertise, including ministers of finance, public work, agriculture, commerce, information, and chairperson of the National Investment Commission. They are actively engaging in serious discussions aimed with proposals and ready to negotiate as the support from all Liberian embassies across Europe underscores the collective commitment to this strategic endeavor. Minister Yanti, in her remarks, said, "We are here because we want deals, and we are here because we want jobs for our people." But let's leave you there. We see LRA boss carries on inspection, hails modern DI sites at Freeport. The governing board of directors of the Liberia Revenue Authority, led by its chairman David Venton and accompanied by Commissioner General James Jala on Monday, February 23rd, 2026, conducted an on-site inspection of the ongoing construction work of Liberia's new state of the art destination inspection facility at the Freeport of Monrovia. The project forms part of a broader port modernization and trade facilitation reforms amid a strengthening customs administration, enhancing cargo management systems, and improving the overall trade efficiency of Liberia. The ongoing construction has recorded substantial progress in line with established construction execution plan and is expected to be complete and ready for August this year, said Anthony Oliver Rogers, CEO of MTS Inspection Services Limited, the special purpose vehicle for the implementation of the DI agreement between the MedTech Scientific Dubai and the government of Liberia. Completion is on page 10. Let's flip to page 10 quickly and bring you some more lines from this story. It's just right here. It says domestic corporation, Italian owned and supervised by design engineer partnered in Dubai in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Works, Anthony Rogers said MedTech MTS is committed to ensuring that all its obligations under the DI agreement are fully implemented, including completion of the modern DI facility that will transform and modernize the customs clearing processes at the port of Monrovia, including, among other things, intrusive and non-intrusive inspection following the deployment of a complete scanning facility. Board Chair Vinton expressed satisfaction with the advancement of works, describing the project as a significant step in the national infrastructure development. From what we have come and seen, this represents a significant and meaningful progress in our country. Once fully completed and operationalized, the facility is expected to deliver measurable benefits to the Liberian people and the trading community, he stated. We're going to leave you here. You grab a copy to read that story in depth. Africa must rise, demand end to colonial era as Kouyaté calls for economic revolution. Liberia ambassador at large for special duties and special presidential envoy Sheikh I. Mustafa Kouyaté has issued a clarion call for African countries to fundamentally rethink their economic model, advocating for self-reliance and industrial revitalization. Declaring that Africa must rise, Kouyaté urged leaders across the continent to break free from the shackles of inherited economic practice and embrace a future built on ownership, responsibility, and indigenous innovation. Speaking recently, Ambassador Kouyaté meant no words in his condemnation of the current economic landscape, particularly the prevalence of concession agreements that in his question has a completion. Let's jump there. In his view, perpetuate colonial era patterns of resource extraction. He described these agreements as a primary impediment to long-term prosperity on Earth. We must take ownership of our destiny and become responsible citizens and leaders because our future cannot be underscored. The ambassador's criticism also centered on the pervasive concession system where raw materials are often exported without significant local value addition, signaling a powerful call for economic transformation. This, Kouyaté argued, not only drains wealth from Africa or African economies, but also limits jobs creation and hinders the development of vital technical expertise, and noted concessions as currently structured in many cases are akin to colonialism. He stated emphatically, we cannot continue praying for prosperity while embracing poverty as our way of life. And what would happen if African nations renegotiated every major concession into strategic partnerships that guarantee at least 30 to 50% equity participation for the state and local stakeholders? He believes this fundamental shift is crucial to unlocking Africa's true economic potential and urged or argued will serve as a catalyst for industrialization, prioritizing local production and processing for natural resources within African borders. This strategy, he emphasized, is a key to creating jobs, building critical technical capacity, and ensuring that wealth generated from Africa's resources remains within African economies, and declare Africa must move from exporting raw materials to exporting finished produce. Highlighting the urgent need for a paradigm shift, Ambassador Kouyaté at the same time maintained industrialization is not optional, it is essential for sovereignty and sustainable development for all countries. We will leave you there. Grab a copy to read that story in depth. That's all we have on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. Let's jump at the back. Phoebe Hospital protest call of CSA intervenes. And when they have brought that, and finally, for the back page, Vama finally relinquishes by presidency as Chancellor Loyson named successor. So far, I think these are all of the stories. Let's send controls to you.
Let me say congratulations to my cause F. Joao Lawson for, ascending to the position of
Two people
the
can.
president of the Liberia National Bar Association.
Um,
Congratulations to you. All right, shortly we'll join our weather report man, Suleiman Tunis, to run us through the weather report. Well, let's recap those stories we brought to you, and then from there we can join the weather report man. So this morning, these are the stories from the front page. Africa hold malice toward no one. Former NRC Executive Director Wisner II welcomes court's dismissal of corruption case. And legal battle deepens. Criminal Code A orders Cloud Hope Foundation produce documents. Appeals filed to Supreme Court. And very exorbitant House leadership cites UL authorities over huge graduation fees. And health minister's intervention restores calm at Phoebe Hospital, but suspensions and key administrative decision remain unresolved. And Senate's push to amend LSCC Act and Pinnacle sparks backlash. Critics warn it is bad for good governance. And that does it for the front page Africa. The Inquirer, Liberia launches dead making diplomacy in Brussels. LRA board carried on inspection. Hills modern DR site at Freeport. And lastly, for the front page, that's the Inquirer newspaper. Africa must rise and demand end to colonial era as Kouyaté calls for economic revolution. To the back page, Phoebe Hospital protest call off, CSA intervenes, and Vama finally relinquishes bar presidency as Councillor Lawson named successor. And that's all the stories we can share with you this morning. Let's take our break. Right after that, we're going to be hearing from our weather report man. So stay tuned to the pre news.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so going to 20, but put in thought to each kid. Be that living sense in her.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sanya, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sanya.
Thank you there to Crime Stopper Liberia. Thank you there to Exeter's Best Price Store. Thank you there to Mayuba and Sons Incorporated Folks, it's time for our weather report. So let's leave the shores of Liberia and welcome Suleiman Tunis. Tunis, salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Can you hear me?
Tunis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? Where's just let me see.
I'm right here.
Taking a break. Let's be taking a break. Let's take a few bars of our theme song here.
As soon as daybreak.
Okay. All right. You're good. You're good. Yeah, we got it set. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
As soon as daybreak. Yeah, good morning, good day. This is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis coming to you live from Radio LIB here, your weatherman. Salam alaikum. You said salam alaikum before. Let me say wa alaikum salam to you back. Today is the 8th day of Ramadan, so we're doing well. We're going small, you know.
Yeah.
1 week on already. Okay, so pretty soon
not easy. We see some of our Muslim friends that the way out of walking together, the one drop. It's not easy.
Over here, my man, the weather over here. Let me give the weather for New York City first, or the tri-state. When we say the tri-state, we mean New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So we've been having a serious bad weather since Sunday night till today. It stays snowing here. We had a little break yesterday, but we had about 24 plus inches snow on the ground right now in New York City. Yes, that's a lot of snow, We never experienced it almost 15 years ago or even 20 years ago. The snow that came this weekend. And as I speak, it's still snowing. It's snowing today and part of tomorrow. So this is a heavy, bad weather in New York City. And Monday, everything was on the standstill. Nobody did anything. Everybody stayed home because it was very severe.
I saw it, man.
Right. And right now, if you move your car, you can move your car, but to find parking spot in the street, that's the problem right now we're facing, because the snow is all over. The only place you can see is where the car driving, because New York City, they will find means to clean the street for you to go where you're going. But the side streets are still undone yet. So that's the weather report for New York City or the tri-state. Let's go to Liberia. Liberia right now, as I speak, is 85 degrees, showing on the radar, but feels like 93. And partly cloudy and sunshine and all mixed up together. But the heat is 70%. You're going to find some heat. You're in a heat wave right now in Monrovia, around Monrovia area. You're in a heat wave. So nothing can stop that. Even if it rains, the heat will be underneath it. So there's nothing can stop that for you. And from now to tomorrow, the same thing. Tomorrow, you probably get a little bit of break because I've seen 70% chances of rain. 70%. But even that rain, the heat is behind it. Its humidity is 76%. All right. Then we go to Friday. Friday, the same thing. Humidity is 77 degrees. Look, think about the heat. The sun may not be shining as it is, but the heat that underneath is what you really need to think about. Okay, it will torment you that you think your body is burning. It will make you uncomfortable, especially at nighttime. But I think you people been boasting a few times. The current is constant now. Electricity is constant in the Monrovia area. So probably those who got fan, you'll be having. Hot air will be blowing on you. Those who have enough money, air condition will help. But if you don't have electricity, believe me, you'll be like you're in an oven. You'll be so uncomfortable you want to sleep outside, and the breeze is not blowing. All right, the breeze, the wind is not coming at all. It's only 7 miles per hour. 7 miles per hour wind is nothing compared to the heat that you will be experiencing. So my people, the 3 days, half of the day today, Let me tell you again, today you got about 70% heat coming to your area. But the sun, whether the sun is shining or it's not shining, the heat will torment you. It will make you very uncomfortable. So if you are not fasting, you better be drinking a lot of water. If you are fasting, I'm asking people who are not fasting, please give us a chance, because when it's humid like this and it's hot, we who fasting, sometimes, especially those who fasting, new faster, those who can't able to fast, but they have to fast because the Muslim, they get temperament. You test and one said they get vexed. So I beg you, please forgive us. If sometimes that's what the fast can do to us. All right. So the 3-day forecast is the main thing we stretch on is the heat. You might get rain, but don't depend on that rain. It's not going to rain. It's not a rain like rainy season. It's a rain just to, just to give you a little bit of cooling. But don't depend on that, because the heat that behind it. Say you hear it from Freedom FM, or Freedom FM weather report is accurate. It's no joke. We're giving it to you like it is, and you can even feel it. We're not just giving it to you, but the way we give it a height, you can feel it. So that's it. In the 3 days, Friday, today, Thursday, and Friday. Probably tomorrow we'll give you up to Sunday, because we will not be here Friday and Saturday and Sunday, but we can give you the weather report for that. So say you hear from Freedom FM on this show we call the
pre-news.
The pre-news. So you hear from the pre-news, and we got a sister station. If you don't understand it today, you can still follow us tonight with the nighttime spin. Thank you again, Mr. Control. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. For me, I would rather welcome the rain. Let the rain fall a little bit, because right now, people that live on the Bourgeois Island, I mean, from the Lokentown belt all the way Esther to the St. Paul Bridge, the road construction is going on. So the dust, yeah, everybody getting cold. I'm telling you, the dust is severe. So I mean, when the rain falls, it would definitely help, because the guys, they don't have the means of every morning, waste water on the road and all that stuff.
What do you mean? This is the government of Liberia. Why would you say they don't
But
have
the
water when
government,
we got water all around?
where
Even the
water,
St. Paul Bridge, you got water.
where water? Go ask Mo Ali, water running. Go ask him. The water business is tough. Esther, everybody, can you imagine now? People got to stand along the route to wait for car. And you just got to stand. There's no way you say you will be hiding in the corner and take a get to stop.
If a car is speeding, the dust will.
I say, look,
wow.
The people that living Lokentown, the people that living, I mean, close to the road now. Yeah, because the thing is, the dust is in the air. That air, it will go. So the people we suffering. Those of us that live on that side, it's not easy. But I mean, the people say when development coming, you got to bear the pains and all of that. Government will not get you to hospital, but government will give you dust. So make sure you get your medication, because it's not
better
easy.
Still use your mask.
Your mask.
Cover your nose and mouth until you can get out of that terrain. I think
the max people now, even the police that doing the traffic, the police are wearing masks.
Right.
People who are standing along the way. Some people who ain't get money to buy max is $10, $20, but still some people can't afford.
They don't want to buy.
$10. So you don't. They can't even know.
Well, your health comes first. In as much as you
exactly
trying to buy your gari to eat,
you
must also prioritize your health. The $10 and $20 is not going to do you nothing. It's going to help prevent you from getting sick.
You talk about gari,
you must prioritize it.
You just reminded me of getting some peanuts today. I need to get some peanuts because
to eat gari.
To eat some gari today.
But guys, the government not doing.
Once you have you're supposed to get gari.
Oh yeah.
The government not being fair to the people living around that area. They should give them free masks because they are the problem. They are the one that causing the dust and all of that. They should do them a favor.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I mean, the money is there. The money is there to give free masks.
Well, they wouldn't do it when that.
every morning the Ministry of Public Works supposed to the MDNC and the Ministry of Public Works every morning the people that walk in, even the workers. The workers. I understand.
As long as it's not donor fund, no people will not buy it.
They will not take their own money to go
They will
buy.
not.
Yeah. So I beg you, my
Sad.
people, that's it. The people say they're facing the road and we got to bear it. So those of you who are doing business along the route where the road is being fixed, make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you have your duster to dust your things out because the dust can destroy things. So, I mean, that's the advice we got for you people.
Of course.
All right. So your
It's
health
not
is
election time.
important. That's the greatest asset in life. Your
Right.
health.
Of course.
Once you are healthy, you can do anything. But when you are sick, you can't do anything, right?
No.
So your health is the greatest asset you have. So make
Exactly.
use of it. Make sure every time you are safe from these things. All right.
And when this is not election time, nobody will see politician on the street sharing anything.
No, they will
You
not-
ain't
you'll
getting
not
nothing
see them.
free right now. When the election is on hand,
Yeah.
then you will get free things.
In
But
our
right now,
election time, they will
I
kind
beg. Even the community Wi-Fi we had, we get
Why
funding.
we not-
But I believe,
They
I
got lost the
believe it.
election, the man took his Wi-Fi and carried it yours, yeah. When the next election comes, I'm sure he will bring it back to encourage us
believe-
to vote for him.
I believe the government is not fair to the people in the area where the work is going on because people are getting sick out of the dust that are going around, and the people don't even think that the people only affecting those who are close to the road because the dust can travel as far back in there. If you can remember what stopped cigarette smoking in this country, it's because they start suing the cigarette company for secondhand smoker, like you smoking and I'm around and affecting me. I will sue the company and the company will pay for that. That's how come cigarette smoking less down in this country because they were paying too much bill towards suing them. So Liberia, even though we want development, but we don't want to die because of their carelessness. They need to respect the people around the area. They need to do that. Otherwise, how many people how many children going to be affected with the dust that will coming up, especially the heat we're in. No food to eat, nothing. They don't think about our health. They're only thinking about fixing the road. That's not fair to us. You go, look at how you're talking, and when you come here, you're not living there, just passing through. The way it's affecting you. You have to put your window up. You don't get air conditioning, then you in that heat again. You're not driving a dusty road. You're driving in the city of Monrovia. If they say they want to develop the country, at least there are many things involved in developing the country. People health involved too. So they are not being fair to us. That's what I want to add to that.
Thank you very much, Tunis. And as this government, I don't know, but this government, they have to be very, very careful because some of the things that they are doing now, watch out for the results tomorrow. The government is creating laws that will go after former government officials, which I think is bad for our country. All right. Esther, if you say Wendell is a rogue, you have to prove it by all means why you say Wendell is a rogue. But don't come and say Wendell is a rogue, then you say, yeah, you will prove it that you're a rogue. You accusing me of being a rogue. You're supposed to come up with your proof, right? So with the case of the Cloud Hope Foundation, the government is telling Cloud Hope that you should bring every paper of money that you spend to build this foundation. I mean, I just can't understand. If you say that you are not satisfied with the way the foundation was built, all right, where the monies come from, you want to know where the money comes from, you need to provide the evidence because you're accusing me of being a rogue, all right? So you come out and produce your evidence that, yes, you got money illegally The money that you got was for government, that was government money you used to build your private foundation. You come out and prove it. So these people, they are just going after the former government officials because they feel that 6 years is forever.
Mhm.
And 6 years is not forever.
No, it's not.
I'm hearing people comparing the Samuel Carr case to that of Samuel Twe case. That's two different cases.
Of course.
You cannot compare Samuel Twe case to that of, Brandon Samuel Carr. Brandon Samuel Carr told the army people, he said, you save your money, that private money. You save your money so that tomorrow when you people are retired, you can go and take your money and use it for something else when you're in your civilian life. All right? So there was not money for the government. So Samuel Carr said that the president instructed him to use the money. Did Ellen Johnson Sirleaf admit to that? No. So they are comparing that to the case of Samuel Twe. Samuel Twe transferred money to the Financial Intelligence Agency for national security purposes. All right? So it's not the same case. Why people going around saying that the same case? These people are just going after former government officials because they feel that these people, they stay, when they are around, they want to do everything to suppress them, so that, and that's exactly what the government is doing. Like this new amendment they are talking about, making laws that will, go after former officials, including the former president of Liberia. The government is not even taking into consideration the amount of Liberians that are homeless now. They are not concerned about that. You know how many families that are sleeping outside? You know how many families? Look at what happened in the New Georgia bed. Somebody is alleged that a Nigerian man says he owns the property 187 acres. Yes. I mean, I'm not saying because he's a Nigerian, he's not entitled to own land in Liberia. No, it's not what I'm saying. But this is a place where your citizens have been living for more than that's the thing I don't understand about the government. The government is not exercising their eminent domain rights. The government is not exercising that because your citizens come first. The very people that elected you to power, if you are not concerned about their welfare, then, I mean, who are you? You are just a useless government. Because these are citizens of Liberia. Look at what happened to them. You broke the homes of more than, I don't know how many families. Everywhere now, I don't know. This thing is a spirit now in our country. Breaking down people's houses, breaking down. The government need to come in and say, look, this is the government position. Yes, Esther, we agree that this property is yours. But these people have been living here for more than 30, 40 years. All right. You have proven to us that, yes, this property is yours. But Esther, can we sit and have a conversation about this? Because these people, they are our citizens. They are Liberians. We cannot take them. So the government should come in now and say, look, Esther, can we relocate you? Can we, to do something to save the citizens?
Go on making new land.
So you see, God is not making new land.
When you say government, who is doing the demolition? Who doing it? It's not the government.
They are the ones.
But then you say the government got to step in again. Which government? Another government for another country?
No, they are saying that these properties are for private individuals.
Yeah.
I understand, but the government is the one. The government is the one.
My thing is, Tunis, let me come in. My thing is, all right, the reason I mentioned the government is because they are saying to us that these properties that have been broken down are owned by private individuals. But they are the people who are living there are citizens of Liberia. So why can't the government come in?
And we know what baffles me is the fact that the New Georgia issue, I'm told, it was just 1 week.
1 week.
In 1 week time.
Notice.
Yes, 1 week notice. Where you got people got buildings. I mean, you saw the building.
I know that place.
New Georgia Junction there. They got built that place the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
He didn't even. I mean, he didn't even get anything out of that building. You broke it down. I'm so somebody was just lecturing me yesterday evening. They said it may not even to himself. Why would you do
But
that?
how can you build yourself when you build that kind of a property and then in one day they just come and level it to the ground? In your
My
Go
brother,
ahead,
the thing is, it's not just private owned property. Okay, the government started owning their own property, telling people to move. Like for instance, the 72nd, right there. Okay, they say for the soldier people, which the soldier people came to that place in the area, the time of 19, I think, though time 85 area. They met people there.
Yes.
But just because they are in power, the government couldn't step in to say, hey, okay, even though the place was for you guys, but we can move you because the place is populated now with citizens. Okay, the government couldn't come in. Instead of the government, the highest mayor in the country say, governor making new land. That's what he said. So everything is upside down in Nigeria.
Demolition everywhere is happening.
Exactly.
People just coming up to clean the land. People who been in America taking some more years. They just got land here. Nobody touching it. Nobody claiming it. People when they bought it, they build their homes there, and all of a sudden, pop, you want your land because like I say, going making new land. So y'all can't your land.
You know, that's a slap. That's a slap in the face of the people when the president, who's supposed to come in and say, look, these are Liberian people. We cannot treat them like this. These are our people. They are citizens of this country. All right. So he did not even care about those baby mothers, those people there. He didn't care. God not making new land. So what the president is telling us that if you obtain your land somewhere and somebody is legally occupying it, go and take it by force.
Exactly.
Yes. So go and break it down. If you get means of breaking it down, leveling it down to take your land, you call the public work people, they will do it for you. Go pay them some money, they will carry Caterpillar there and break it down.
Things are already high on the people. Then you're making it worse.
That's what I don't understand.
This government, to be honest, they are very insensitive. I'm saying this because this is very insensitive. It is not just about demolition. Look at the fines the police just released recently. That if you are a driver, your insurance document expires, they will fine you 500 US. How many people are making 500 US in the country? Can you count the amount? How many people win there?
Well, if
you catch one driver and say you're paying fine of $500, what are you saying? It means you're taking the person's car from them because they will not be able to pay that money.
Whether he run that car the whole month, he made 500. Say you don't even concerned about it.
Even the private car owners, there's some people who make below $500 when they are, but they own cars in this country.
Somebody eating the money, you see them crossing the road, they taking on different things. They ain't using crosswalk. You say they must pay $5 for jaywalking.
Ideas. We don't even know how you can come up with these ideas. Are you trying to say that?
The government, look, let me tell you something. In this fight, the government will be a big loser. This Hope Foundation fight and this Samuel Tuer case, because the government does not have any evidence on these people. They're only creating this thing just to eat money because they ain't got nothing to show. Nothing. Let me come up with their proof. These people are just going after, key officials from the past regime. That's what they are doing.
So the LACC only investigating the past government. What about the government before the past government when they stood in front of us and confessed that they squander every opportunity that came to us? They said that, LACC can go and investigate those things. Why? The $10 million project in Foya area, they want to investigate it, which is conflicting reason, conflicting funds. They tell us today, the Maribel Union. They tell us, Maribel Union ain't got nothing to do with it. They tell us today they want to surprise the president. Why LACC? The people think that we are stupid. They can get through anything at us and we accept it because of our people, or there's nothing we can do about it. That's not fair. It's not fair at all, the way they're doing things to us. It's not. It's going to come back to haunt them. Believe me, nothing stays the same forever.
That's a fact.
But look, let me say this, right? You see, look, I'm listening to people. When we're out there, we hear from people.
Of course.
Esther, the people are frustrated. The people are frustrated. Their homes have been broken down. They have no money to relocate. They have nowhere to go. So they are just in the community now, just sleeping on people's porch. When the night catch you, where the night catch you, you spray your lap out there with your children, you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mosquitoes biting them, roaches eating them, walking on them, rats, everything. So you see it, it's not easy. That's I mean, you broke a family down, taking them from their house, a whole family. Everybody had their rooms in the house. You broke the house down. Today, where do you expect that family to go? They don't have no money.
On short notice. Add a short notice.
Look,
on short
the thing that
notice.
are happening in the country that some of us playing deaf ears to, or some of us are celebrating.
Oh yeah.
We better be very careful.
Of course.
We better be very careful. This country, the peace of this country is fragile. We got to be very careful on some of these things. That's how you see people can go on the rampage and start doing things. I'm telling you.
And the funny thing about it, thing about it, they say most of the land owned by foreigners. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
From New Georgia Junction, we hear it's a Nigerian town.
Yeah.
It's a Nigerian. How a Nigerian will come way back in the
When
80s.
you're up on the main junction, all the way going to 88.
But that 187 acres.
Exactly.
So you know every lot that full lot, every acre that full lot, right?
So
Yes.
that 187 yo.
I'm telling you.
So that Baza man sold it for smoke fish to the Nigerian man or what?
Telling you.
No man,
It's
but
that-
our people.
I don't
A friend
know.
of mine
I'm
in
sure
the
that
city.
lane was bought way back because you can tell me it was bought recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know, Esther, it brings me to the point where Tony said that that's the government doing this. Because Esther, if the military took over in this country in 1980, the coup took place, and people had their property in 72nd before 1980. All right. The barracks was erected somewhere around 84, 85. All right. The barracks there. So those people that were living there before the barracks was built, are you telling me they were living there illegitimately? Is that what the government is telling us? Because the people came up with the idea as far back as the 70s.
Yeah. They did not investigate because it's army people. So
Yeah, so army people
going
somewhere
making new land.
going making new. So I mean, that's it. Go not making new land.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know you get your land somewhere. Somebody been for you. Better go for your land.
Go not making new land.
Go making new
No,
land.
but for security reason, you cannot.
And break the horses down.
For security reason, you cannot live closer to the barracks, civilian. So that's it. For that's the reason they're giving now. You can't live closer to the barracks.
For the people, relocate them.
Yeah, I agree.
Compensate
I
them.
agree. But Tunis, you live in America. I know there are some areas where you found civilians live around the military area. But if the government is saying this place is not safe for you, this property should be for the military, then the government need to come in and say, look, we have to relocate the people. All right, because all of the deeds we see here are legitimate. These people bought their properties from the original owners of this land. All right. So what we'll do, since you people are citizens, all right, we'll relocate you. We'll find somewhere to put you.
We know you're right what you're saying, but that area is not suitable for the army. The army we got vast land in Monrovia, around Marshall area there, Mosorado. That place is for the civilian. Okay, police barracks are not good over there. The people live there. You can't go and put the army right in the middle of the city. That's middle of the city right there. 72nd is all over the Monrovia. Then you go to put army barracks there. What is the significance of putting barracks over there? Tell me. All right. They're just trying to inconvenience and don't care attitude they're giving to the Liberian people. The people we already suffering. Then they putting more burden on us to suffer more. And the same people voted for this old man. He couldn't come to their aid. He said God can make new land.
No.
Is that anything the old man? That the biggest mistake we made with Brussels Rodriguez to make him president in our country. That's what we're feeling now.
Mm.
But that's when we talk, they say the man from Lofa. Okay, we agree from Lofa. But it's not fair to the people of Liberia. We're suffering. Look at the heat, my man. You walk in the street, people sweating, no food. Some of them almost collapsing in the street of Monrovia. Then in that place, you want to go put barracks. What is this? Tell me, what's the significance of soldier man over there in that 72nd? What is it there? What they really doing there? You got vast land all over Mosorado. Marshall right closer to us. They have a place, they say they want to put park there. All right, all those places. Why you didn't give it to the army?
And some of the information we're getting about those areas is that there are people who are closer to the authority who have expressed interest in those areas. All right. So that's another, because the president finished talking, say, God not making new land. So you're friendly with him.
The people will not remain in power forever. They will move from, another people will come there with you. So what you do to your friend, another person will do it to you too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
When the time comes, people
6
will go back to going making new land. When the people get proof that they play for them too, they will go to court. And they will break whatever structure you put down there too.
And when you talk, they say, oh, Jowiya should have done it. Jowiya is one of the most intelligent leaders we see in Liberia. It's
Jowiya, one of the brave people horses down. Joseph Boaga was going to be the first one because it's sitting on the alley.
Of course.
It's on the alley.
It's on the alley. Those of us who know where the president live, you know that place is an alley.
Of course.
All right?
It is.
But see around his place today, they had to pave all around there. See it. George Weah did that. All right? So George Weah wanted to say, look, they may this. Can you imagine? These people that just came back with personal vindictive. That's all. That's what they are doing.
Nobody did
you know,
anything
it's
to
like they are really
Everybody did nothing to them. Oh. Nothing they did to them. It just they just vexed for nothing instead of they do.
Can you imagine 2-3 Saturdays ago, the president invited us to go and play.
The former president.
Yeah, the former president invited us to go and play soccer game at the Invincible Sports Park. It was a memorial march in honor of the late Thelma Bernard. All right, the sister to the late the former legal advisor to the president. And do you know that the place was paid for? Yeah. Esther, when you go to the Invincible Sports Park, you will know that Lake Country here, we're not serious. The people have damaged everything there.
Most of the bathrooms are not operating.
When I say
collecting money now, you can collect money.
I say
collecting money now, you're not taking.
The people pay $400 and some more dollars just for us to use the field. $400 and some more dollars. Yes, to use the field that day. The Invincible Sports Park, the place where they say they were nothing. The president spoiling the FE. He go baseball park there that they played. The very man who paid it today, he wants to use it. They say he must pay. He pay. Yeah. They got their receipt. But Esther, when we tour the place, hey man, look at the country here, we're not serious.
They have done no improvement.
So they had nothing, no maintenance.
You go
the dressing room and thing that we used to sit in, everywhere is in ruin. Oh no, we're not serious in the country, man.
Even though what you said just now about the game, you all made us shame about the game. They gotta be almost 14-0.
Yeah, but Tunis, I left the game when I left the game when it was 2-1. All right, it was 2-1 when I left the game. But then I don't know how when I left because even Sekou Kalasco told me, he said, "We know you have proven some maturity in the defense. So why are you leaving?" I said, "I don't want to be like Mark Vivian Four." I noticed that I was running out of energy, so I had to call time on myself. Yeah, that's what I did. All the young guys that came, they sat there and no man scored 14 goals.
It was a good celebration. Memorial.
I don't know what Joey I get all the energy from to be playing more than 2 hours football. I don't know where he get that energy from. Be big in the man. Say,
The
my
man
man
play
can't
all
rest
his
small now.
years.
Can't rest small. You can't rest. He still got energy to play. So we will go man that man there and see.
The man playing among PC, what you expect, man?
Okay.
He's not playing among his peers.
And you
But
drop mortgage when you were mine. But let's take few calls and go. Let's
Yeah.
get to the clients. Take few calls. Let's go from here.
All right, let's open the line 0776 104 104 0865 104. These are the numbers you can call us on. Those of you following us online, call us on +231 865 104. Only those outside of the country on our WhatsApp line, please. Okay, and we don't want to forget, Wendell, keep your transactions coming in with the cash giveaway. *255 *1#. It's 100 Liberian dollars to play, and winners are walking away with $5,000 and $10,000. So keep your transactions coming in. At the end of our program, I will do a draw before I leave.
Okay, so that's it. The calls are coming in. Let's take them from your end.
Okay, we have this line. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, Esther. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to the team of panelists.
Pascal.
My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein
I
Kim.
didn't know if
So your name Hussein, what am I doing? My lay down on the floor.
Hussein Kim. I call from around the compound of the National Transit Authority, the NTA.
You calling from your office today?
The man go to where today?
No, not stretch up too much, so I just thought to make a few points.
It's
I mean, go ahead.
Because since you've been around, you were in Liberia, and I know you understand the different happening. That place was a barrack. That particular Sunday second was a barrack. It is not understanding.
When you were born to know that place was a barracks. When you were born.
This is why we read history.
What a history you read told you about that place?
So that place was a barrack, right? Occupied by the armed forces of Liberia.
When was the barracks? No, let me ask you. You say you read history. When was the barracks erected over there?
So I read history, and history told me that that place was a barrack on previous administrations, right?
Which year was that? That's what we
I mean,
want
when I even born, he just want to go ahead, Hussein. You know nothing about that place, about you know.
Pretend to be, around at the time. I can pretend. So making the point here is that President Baka did not erect or try to erect a new barrack. That place was a barrack occupied by the armed forces.
Even if it was a barrack, they need to move.
Brandon Samuka sat with that people and told that this is a government land. This government need that property. And later on, it was compromised because they were seeking re-election. Former President William Kim, I call Daniel Zankian, the defense minister at the time, sat with them and told them this place belongs to the AFL. Government needs this property because of re-election too. They left the people. People don't even let me honest here. If we think about re-election in this country, where are we? President Baka said 2029 is the election that will bring themselves. But we have to
Hussein.
Yes.
The history that you say you read. When was the barracks put over there?
So
Well, yeah, tell us.
Yeah, but I think President Doe or Thurber, one of those presidents erected that.
The man didn't read nothing. He just seen from his brain.
So do you also know that there were people living there before the barrack was erected?
Of course, there were people living there, and when I read also, I was told that the government paid everybody out for that land. That particular land was bought by government.
The government pay everybody.
Which government was that?
Which government that paid the people? Which government?
Previous government. It was doing.
When you say previous government, there are a lot of previous government. Doe government king, Chad Taylor king, the interim government king, and Ellen King for 12 years, Joria King. So which are the government now? Since you read,
you read history. History will tell you these facts.
Don't waste our time, man. Take another person.
Man. Let that man go sit down somewhere, man.
What's our time here?
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Esther Daiku.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
And let me say good afternoon to Brother William and what's up to people doing in the U.S. For the public recognition, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. I joined the show for Point Fu for Zimbabwe. Brother William, what you had your hero who's in for? say, oh, that play was a barrack. That play. You know, I always say this. I said to you, I said, when the head of the fish, when the head of the fish is rotting, you know, what you expect from the body? They see where you see President Boga is wicked. Like how we see that get hard for human being. Everybody that you see today supporting the party, they are very wicked people, so they get hard for the Liberian people. Look, that's why I get serious problem with you. Don't be talking say the Boga is insensitive. You know, so my own people they have one man in the market. Everybody knows what's for insensitive. Yeah, that's why I get serious you suffering. Yeah, you speak good name where people die. No, I can see why you should. When you talk to incident, you don't tell the president, Boga is wicked. He's hardly, he gets down for the, you get for him up. So, yeah.
All right. What kind of problem? When I speak good English again, until things get better, we will not speak good English in a building. Hello. Okay, let's come to this other line. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Hello.
You are live. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Let me say hi to Renio and Tunis in the US. This is Esmoka. Look, you know, I don't know. When the United Party people tell us that President Weah is our God, then how do they consider their president? Because everything they may do is good. If it's detriment to our national security, the livelihood of the Liberian people, somebody will come and justify. Okay, we agree. They play for the army. But like that, Unity Party for that route. Woo. When you say you cannot take the government land from government and put government in private. What were you saying? Because you say, well, government for the people, by the people, and of the people. So saying that place for the people, the army, we agree. What do you do? Take it off the plate, develop it, don't give it to them free. Give it to them, let them pay a little and more monthly to AFS so they can help their children. Because go right here outside of Morocco, Poti Barrett, where I am every time. I will give you next month. They are living in the bad condition. You're not going to go renovate that place. The people looted that barrel from the zinc to the wire. They were transported to Morocco and taken out of the country here. Then you tell me that you want to improve the livelihood of AFL? You're not concerned about the other citizens? Look at how people live here. People are struggling. When you see a packet, we know you are thinking how to finish that thing that you see your pocket because you don't know what next. You squeeze in it. Before you finish it, when somebody don't make somebody will fire out for you before you get to use the remaining thing that you see in your pocket. You think it's easy, yeah? People are walking with frustration on there. They can't find their way through. You suffer to the 5 years, every year. You build a home. Somebody come one day to break it down. Then people are justifying it. And then when the guy are talking more to pick among the people and take sedition and take AMC or CMC and lead all the Unity Party people. We need to be careful here.
Okay.
People are right. People are thinking otherwise. We are dreaming. We are seeing things. Things are not okay in this country. Let us work on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to this person. Hello, welcome.
Yes, Esther.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is the voice of Idrissa.
Go ahead, Idrissa.
Yeah. My sister Esther. Let me say hi to my senior brother, Tony. And my senior brother, the Major United. When just even though I get too many United men in the building now. Yeah. Tony and Man United all the way.
All the way.
The winning way.
Glory, glory, Man United.
Yeah, the great United, brother, when yo.
All right, make your point, Idrissa. Let's hear you. No time.
Yeah, brother, we know, it's just sad. Sometimes I feel sick in my spirit, right? To see a young guy like Hussein can be defeated in his own poverty. We know that beginning Hussein, the man is jobless.
But the men defending, getting anything from the people. They want
You-
to stand by the people, the country now. Why you put your country first? Now I can got me sick in my spirit. If you defending, you get food to eat. Me defending one regime. Why? Why you be patriotic? Then when you go on the show, you be defending, you be lying. Why you be doing that to our country? So now you see, you really sick people that win there. But to the issue, look at Mr. Boakai. The old man is, look at the two man is residing in an Alec. But the Guinea said that the man is surrounded by Alec. That is extreme insensitive to the plight of the people. I don't know why the guy will be so little-minded that to the time they get put a control first. Why can you do? Oh God, sometimes when I just go, we pray to God.
Okay.
And some of these boys come to their senses to see how best to uplift Mama Liberia. Because our country is going down a dream. You take on Serotonin and being president, the senior brother Tony said, that is on Serotonin. Because it was natural mistake to Liberia made to pull it up, prepare old men
Oh,
to the
okay.
presidency.
All right.
It's sad and stuff. We have to beat all the old men. Let's try to stop the wickedness.
Okay. All right, Idrissa. Thank you very much. Your points are taken. Let's
Thank
go
you.
to another person. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, darling. And let me say good afternoon to Mr. Nime and that of Tony.
Go ahead,
Good
David
afternoon,
King.
David.
This is David King. Sorry for the poor quiet on my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the weather in a few days, sister. Yeah, but you see, I don't know. Hello, boy. He got like a long term man. You know, when a long term man is dying, he pain, but I can recognize it. They all the man, I remember looking. So people that was in and out of it. So say you jump in, do that job. Just the other person, we have, you know, our job. The farm of the year, do your own rescue you have done. Don't also have a job or you find around for office begging. But that's not the issue. That Bible is trying to give the historicity of. You know nothing about that Bible because you are not even born. You were born in the 90s. You know nothing about the 80s. So people like, oh, we're talking about the 80s, is that right to say because
Hey,
we're
Lord.
born in the 70s. So when Mr. Nimle talk about that Bible, Mr. Nimle is just beyond the microphone. He's an ex-military man. Maybe you don't know. But when he gave you the history of that Bible, you know what he's talking about. Because these are wrong things here. Because they are wrong. The one guy is a wicked, heartless old man. Everywhere that old man has worked, he will die perpetually until today's date. The Ministry of Agriculture, nothing you can get from there. LPNC, nothing you can get from there. Then the change the need to like that. And even with that nomenclature like that, and the thing improving. So similarly, I'm a presidency. When Mr. Bagajo has left the presidency, the presidency of Latifah will go down history. Nothing you get because he has the tendency. Instead of told one of them, I said, you know, same Mr. Bagajo working in government, they are yellow machine, and his biggest achievement ever in his entire life. You know that? And that's why all of you are yellow and passing over done. That's why I told OOMD body and republic and today. Today you brought machine, some of you have republic one and some are new. So they need the company you got a machine from. That will have a caterpillar today, we don't have caterpillar. You can handle a woo, we're gonna woo. So they're bringing all kind of things to this country.
Okay.
So that we can be indebted to the people. So all of that woo. That young baby man was crying on social media. You must have just 2 weeks old, baby man. And you break the heart. Where am I going with a young baby? Where am I going with the rest of my children? And you got nothing to say. That girl who had a help yourself, the teammate. Go went there and lied to that woman. Go and follow. Today, that woman investment going down in the drain. Then you'll say, we don't invest in the country. How is investor come? Because I don't want you to investor.
Okay.
I want to see what investor.
Let's close up, David.
Black men took it be investor.
All right.
That's why they do are wicked. and the weekend of the doing to like people people doing now. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's we're not taking any more calls. We against time. So let's go to Tunis. Tunis, you can take 30 seconds to wrap up.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are fasting. Yeah, please bear with us. Please, if any of my Muslim brothers and or sisters offend you during the fast, please forgive them because the sun is too hot. Sometimes when we're fasting, every little thing can get to us. So please, when you see us going out of the way, just remind us, say, my man or my sister, you're fasting. So the person can come back to them and say, yeah, it's a big favor you'll be doing for us because sometimes when it's so hot, they can get to us when we're fasting. So please, you bear with us. And if you want to get more story about more detail about our story here this morning, please follow us this evening by 11 o'clock in your time, 11 p.m. to 1 o'clock. We'll be discussing the same issue, but in detail. Okay, thank you so much for being here this morning, and let's pray to God for Mama Liberia. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Tunis. And folks, we'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is the What's on Your Mind edition, but we also have more time to elaborate on the court proceedings involving the former finance minister Samuel D. Twe and the Clark Hope Foundation. All right, so let me give it a big time for my man, the man who runs the entire Kira Street block from, between McDonough and Clay Streets. Jacob Berry, what's up with you, my boy? Take care of yourself. Always be a good boy. Jacob Berry, the man who runs the